Hey guys, there you are. Happy Memorial Day. It's Monday. It's the 31st, May 31st, 2021, and Memorial Day is upon us. And I am, let me turn that off. There we go. Thrilled to have you guys back in again for another Mañana Nomás morning check-in. And I'm beating the clock here. It is still morning in California, and I am just I'm not at it 100%, right? I'm going to spend some time with family. It is a holiday. And I want to just say a special thank you to, you know, those that went and served, and unfortunately some of those that went and served and didn't come back. And so this is the day that we are to memorialize those that had taken the time and the effort and served for us, served our country, and then of course failed to be able to come back home. So special thanks to them and to their family members and to anyone that's directly affected by that. I personally am not. And so every time one of these holidays comes up, it's one of those times for me to reflect on how thankful I am that others have gone and paid that price that I didn't pay myself. So, and I've got a lot of opinions about this kind of stuff. And some of that you'll find now on the kurtvonannan.com page. I decided to take a lot of my political thoughts or inclinations and put those over where they belong with me, right? Not a direct reflection necessarily of Mañana Nomás and the other team members that work with Mañana Nomás. So I wanted to say a couple of things. One, the daily inspiration email that has been coming out through Mañana Nomás just about every weekday since the beginning of the year. We just finished up a 5-day 5 days to healthy success challenge. We just did that last week. And, it was funny. There were so many obstacles in myself completing that challenge. I was helping friends at their house take care of their property and their animals. One of their animals got injured. And unfortunately, we had to make that very tough decision. But, it took time and it took effort, and emotionally it was taxing, right? And so here I am talking about 5 days to healthy success and own your path and stay positive and mindset and all these things. And there's these obstacles that get in the way. And part of what drove me through that experience, just to be frank and honest with you, was thank goodness I did prepare. Thank goodness I did, the work ahead of time. Thank goodness I have the fitness I have that, when my sleep gets reduced down to 3 hours in a night, not normally, but on an emergency basis like that, I'm able to respond, not that it's a ticker tape parade or anything, but I'm able to respond in a way that makes sense, that meets the occasion. And if my physical health was not what it is today, I probably wouldn't have been able to deal so well with the obstacles that came at me last week. So I'm really thankful for the change in lifestyle, the change in mindset, and the things that I went through back in 2017. And so when these opportunities come up for me to share this with you guys that might be going through similar situations, I really like to take those moments and make them something special. So that's what last week was about. Folks that wanted to participate, folks that finished, congratulations to you. It's weird. It's like being a professional golfer like Tiger Woods and meeting with a swing coach, right? And getting back to basics. It's like a basketball star that goes and shoots free throws, 150 of them a night. It's that back to basics mentality that drives people to success. So many times I'll meet with a business and they're looking for some magic tool. They're looking for a magic widget. They're looking for something that's going to help them convert customers. They're looking for some new tech tool that I'm going to be able to give them access to. Once every employee is attached to this tech tool, we'll be able to triple our sales. And then I hear them answer the phone, and I go, is that how they answer the phone all the time? Oh, we got some groundwork to do, right? And when you do the groundwork and you fix the basics, and then you begin to expand off the basics, that's where you really, find those growth moments, right? Think about how many times does your entry-level staff talk directly to customers, and then, that forms the opinion that customer has of your business as a whole. And so you got to make sure your entry level staff is qualified to do that. You got to make sure that everyone's trained up on, hey, what's our business culture and how do we talk to people, and what are some key phrases that our business uses. And a lot of people that I speak to at my level of consulting haven't had that kind of training from their business ownership. And so that's where some of the magic from Mañana to Mas really steps in, right? We establish processes, we establish a little bit of culture. We try to grow off of the existing core culture of the ownership. And then, of course, increase customer relationships and sales and revenue. And of course, down to profit. Once we take care of some efficiencies on the back end, the profit percentage really starts to go up, right? Because a lot of times people will increase revenue and not really see an increase in profit. And it's because they end up spending money to make money, right? Spending money to make money, spending money to make money. And it becomes a mantra, it becomes something that they believe. And then, what we show them over time is, yeah, you got to spend some money to make money. Sure. You got to invest in your business. But then you need to find a way to trim the fat, and you need to find a way to still stay productive, but mind your expenses so that your profit margins go up. And once we work a company through that system in just about a year's time or something like that, we see typically double digits in growth, and we see double digits in increased revenue, and a marked improvement in profit margins as well. So I love all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going off on all kinds of tangents. Here's the deal. Happy Memorial Day. I hope you have a killer week. The emails that I send out, the daily inspiration emails, those are getting reduced down to once a week, right? I ended up getting sidetracked talking about 5-day health challenges and stuff like that, and talking about business. I'm so passionate about it. I get distracted. So the daily email, the daily inspiration email is going to be reduced down to one weekly email. I never want to be a spam person. I don't want to be someone where you see my name come up in your email box and you dread it because, oh, this guy's sending me something every day, right? We had some good material. COVID was out. People were working remote. I really felt that people needed a spot of positivity every day. And that was my mindset. That was my goal when I started that. Now states are beginning to open up. People are beginning to get back to business. People are starting to find a sense of normalcy or a sense of peace with what normalcy has become. Right. If I'm going to go out on that limb. And I really don't feel that me sending out a daily email is bringing the value that it needs to bring the readers. So we're going to reduce that down to once a week. We'll try and have some really good, impactful messages in there, on a weekly basis. And again, those emails don't usually sell you on stuff, right? They're usually just value added, something on leadership or personal development or fitness maybe. But I try to pepper in different meaningful topics, right? So we'll come up with something every week to share, and that'll go out on a weekly basis. Still be called the inspiration email. So it's still going to go out every week. These daily messages on YouTube are going to continue on a near daily basis, right? I've missed a couple of days here and there, but for the most part, we've come to you live most weekdays since the beginning of the year. This does a couple of things. I think it helps. I'll be able to look at this years from now, and I'll be able to go, okay, 2020, what happened? Okay, 2021, what happened? Right? And I'll be able to look at things. I'll be able to look at modalities, different ways that I speak, the cadence in which I speak, be able to see if I improve over time, being on video and comfort levels and public speaking and things like that. So it's a good tool for me in that way. Here's another way that it's a good tool. It's a good tool because it helps keep me accountable to things that I'm doing. Right? I'm working on a project for people in Florida. I'm working on a project for people in Northern California. I'm looking at a project for people in Texas. Right? So when I have these projects going and I'm coming on here and I'm saying, oh, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, it's almost a form of accountability, keeps things going. The other thing is I work remote, and I have a strong network of professionals that I stay in touch with. And this activity kind of helps keep that circle going, right? And I've had a lot of feedback from a lot of people that work in the field that say, hey man, your daily message, sometimes it's just the word that pops me over the edge. Sometimes it's that inspiration that I need to double down and get my tasks done that day. And so if you think about what Mañana no Mas is, what it does, and what its catchphrase is, right? Getting it done yesterday, right? Mañana no Mas, getting it done yesterday. Don't put off till tomorrow what could be done today. it's basically about a lack of procrastination. Okay. So when I come at folks with these messages of do and get done and dig in and do the work, sow the seed so you can see a harvest, right? When I talk about things like that, that mindset is something that a lot of people have given me feedback on, that they say they find valuable. So I don't want to turn that off and take that away from folks. If folks are seeing this notification pop up on their YouTube subscription and going, oh wow, here's Kurt again, on days that they're busy and productive, maybe they don't listen. On days that they aren't, maybe they do, and then they get inspired to knock something out of the park that afternoon. And if that's the case, I'm doing exactly what I want to do, right? Like that's my goal. My goal is to help inspire people to find their greatness, help them work within their power to make something happen. So the daily message on YouTube will continue. The email will go to once a week. And I am really focusing again on a couple of major projects. One is the Power Sport Academy. I love helping my motorcycle dealership folks. I love giving them access to the content that is in the Power Sport Academy. And I love the support calls that we do on Zoom, where I get to interact with people face to face. Now, we're not in the same room shaking hands, but we're face to face. And there's sometimes where they'll even just carry me around the store on the phone and show me things in the store connected to their Wi-Fi. This is where our technicians are working. This is what our parts room looks like. This is what it looks like behind our service counter. This is what we are, this is what we're struggling with on paperwork flow. And we'll go through that. And since every store is different, there are opportunities for me to use live video as a tool to work with people and bring up their level of understanding, their level of retention for this training information to a whole new level. Now, that said, I said the Power Sports Academy was a focus of mine. I am currently working on a couple of new courses that will get added to the Power Sport Academy. And once those courses get added to the Power Sport Academy, I'm looking at converting this into a certification outlet, right? And so the way that this will work is service writers will need to, complete all the online content. They'll need to be in touch with me through, these live video support calls. And in most cases, I'm probably going to have a field rep come by, and do a needs assessment at the facility. And so it'll be kind of a combination of, did the service writer complete the activities? Did they complete, the person-to-person training? And does that work reflect itself in the processes that the facility is using, right? So not just, I'm going to certify some dude because it's easy and he took some online course. No, it's did you complete the course? Did you complete the person-to-person training so that we know who you are, right? We have some type of a bond. And then, did you implement what was trained? Because it doesn't make sense. If you're not going to implement it, what's the sense, right? But if you've implemented what you've been trained on, well, then we can say, okay, this is a certified service writer with the Power Sport Academy. And hopefully over time, that will leverage itself to become something of value, something that customers begin to recognize. Once we get enough certified people in the field, we'll start to promote this to the public, that we have certified service advisors, and you can expect this level of service from a Power Sport Academy certified service writer or service manager. And I'm looking forward to a day where that becomes reality, because our industry needs that help. And when I say our industry, I mean the power sports industry. Now, outside of power sports, I'm still working with Challenge Connection, and I'm still building some learning and membership sites for some other clients, one in the marine industry, one in, gosh, I don't want to pinpoint what they do because I don't know that they really want me to share because they're not going public yet. But it's kind of like, if I were to say Eastern medicine, right? Maybe that would be a thing. So working on those two projects, and it's going really, really well. Folks, say all the time, I love you. Here's the deal. It's a holiday for most of you. So I hope that you're enjoying Memorial Day. If you're cooking out, great. If you're going to the park, if you're going camping, if you're going to the lake, if you're going to the river, whatever. I mean, just kill it. All right. Have yourselves a great one, and I will see you tomorrow.